This is so cool. So this vehicle is called a HEMTT, or a Heavy Expanded Mobility Tactical Truck, and they're manufactured by Oshkosh for the US military. Basically, this one is one of the old ones that runs on diesel, but the new ones are actually electric. The wheels each have their own separate electric motor, and those all connect to a diesel generator that powers the wheels. So that might seem strange, but it actually gets 40% better fuel economy than a diesel-powered vehicle would, because electric vehicles charged from fossil fuels actually are much more efficient than using fossil fuels to power vehicles. And the reason is, if you have a gasoline engine and you watch the tachometer, the RPMs are going up and down, up and down, up and down, changing gears all the time, especially for large vehicles like trucks. And there's a very small range where the engine is actually efficient. So a generator is designed to work right there, where it's most efficient, and produce as much electricity as you need. And then electric motors have the same efficiency across the board, so they don't have different efficiency at different speeds. So what means is you can run your diesel generator at its most efficient speed to produce the electricity you need to run the electric wheels at whatever speed you want. So my car, for example, if you convert kilowatt hours to gallons of gasoline and then use the generator, it gets the equivalent of like over 150 miles per gallon. It's crazy. So this is one of the most important things to realize, and it's counterintuitive. It's hard to understand intuitively. But electric cars, mostly in the US, are in California. California doesn't use coal, right? But there are some states that do use coal, like New York. There are some electric cars in New York. It's a much lower amount. But even if it was true that you were running an electric car straight off of nothing but coal power, it would still produce less CO2 than a gasoline vehicle would in its lifetime or per mile. And that's why we do that with trains too. Trains are electric and they use a generator to run the electric motor because it's so much more efficient. Electric cars, even if they were run on non-sustainable energy sources, are tremendously more sustainable than gasoline and diesel powered cars. I think the most likely future that we're going to see is primarily solar powered and eventually fusion powered electric car infrastructure. But for today, I think the best option we have would be using nuclear. Small modular reactors, any of our modern nuclear reactor designs are by far the most safe, efficient, affordable source of electricity. And I think running a fleet of electric cars off of that source would be the most ideal thing we could do.